Stan Wawrinka is eyeing a comeback at the French Open after being forced out with injury for a year. Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal face trouble as old rival Stan Wawrinka plots his return to the tour from injury. The three-time Grand Slam champion has won all of his major titles by defeating either the world number 2 or 4 in the finals. He has been forced out of competition with a foot injury for a year but is now planning to come back at the French Open, where he is a former champion. Wawrinka has enjoyed a wildly successful career in the age of the Big Four. The Swiss player has 3 Grand Slam titles to his name, the 2014 Australian Open, 2015 French Open and 2016 US Open, and has reached a career high of world number 3. His success in the age of Federer, Nadal, Djokovic and Murray has previously resulted in people extending the Big 3 or 4 to include Wawrinka in a Big 5. Now weeks away from turning 37, Wawrinka is planning to return at the upcoming French Open after being sidelined since March 9, 2021 when he suffered a 3-set defeat to Lloyd Harris in Doha. "Yes, I will play, Roland Garros, yes," he told La Parisienne in a recent interview. After dealing with pain in his left foot, he underwent surgery shortly after his Doha loss, which led to a second surgery in June of last year, and has finally been back on the practice court, sharing clips on social media. Having dropped down to number 237 in the world, Wawrinka is raring to get back on the match court. As he said, "People often ask me why I'm trying to come back from injury and continue, but it's because tennis is a passion. I love the public. Above all, when I enter a tennis court, I always have in mind that it's a game. The basis of tennis is that you tell a child go play." Sharing the reason he was still eager to keep competing, Wawrinka added, "There are many who forget it when they turn professional, they take tennis too much as a job. Me, what motivates me and still pushes me is to tell myself I'm going to play, that I'm going to have fun, that I'm going to have fun." And his comeback will spell trouble for Djokovic and Nadal, as the Swiss star has proven he can beat the best players on the biggest stages. He defeated Nadal in the Australian Open final 8 years ago to lift his maiden Grand Slam title and denied Djokovic titles at the French Open and US Open in 2015 and 2016. The 16-time tour title winner has already proven he is able to successfully return from injury, ending his 2017 season after Wimbledon at the same time Djokovic and Murray did, falling outside of the world's top 200 in 2018 before climbing back to number 13 at the start of 2020. His return could also throw a spanner in the Grand Slam race, with Nadal recently winning the Australian Open to overtake Djokovic and Federer, becoming the first man in tennis history to win a record 21st major title. Djokovic's Grand Slam tournament options may already be limited thanks to his unvaccinated status, and Wawrinka could stop him from winning titles at the majors he can compete in, with a track record of defeating the Serb while he was world number 1 and the defending champion at the US Open 6 years ago. As a former French Open champion, he could also stop Nadal from extending his lead to 22 majors at the clay court Grand Slam this year, and Wawrinka is channeling the Spaniard's own success in his comeback. Speaking on L'Equipe's Open Air podcast after Nadal returned from a 6-month injury layoff to win his second Australian Open crown in January, Wawrinka said, "Whatever happens, we cannot compare Nadal with other tennis players, that's for sure. Nadal has been out for 4, 5 or 6 months almost every 2 years of his career, and whether the injuries were serious or not, he always managed to come back.